Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I want to talk about the difference between international and Australian editions of the Master Universe Origins figures on the packaging. It's mostly only packaging and, of course, the mini comics. Because the international mini comics have no text, they're just pictures. And I can't believe they would ever bother printing it. They'd be better off turning them into storybooks with multiple lines of text at the bottom of each page or something, or trying to have bigger comic bubbles with, multiple versions of the text or something than just nothing. And that's why I don't buy them, because not only do I miss the extra text on the packaging, like for example on the Snake Man Infiltrator, the international version just has multiple versions of it, includes comic on there instead of modern posing retro play. And under the title of under the name of the character, they usually have a description. Like here it says slithering spy in disguise, whereas this one just says. So it's same thing with the back. While the American one says passing as an attorney in Royal Guard, the Snake Man infiltrators silently sneak around to take out heroes. And then it goes, of course, because it has include comic book and modernising and celebrating the original 80s Master Universe figures, action figures, down the bottom. And also on some of the Snake Man one, they have Rise of the Snake Man with a little bit of a blurb about the Snake Man. On the international one, you just have, I think it says, I don't know what it says. I think it says includes comic in every other language in the world that they couldn't fit on the front one. I can't think of what else it would say, because it says that on the back of that one, so I don't know. But yeah, so this is a blurb with tiny little writing, can't even read. And nothing, of course, it also gives you the instructions, like push Snake staff of Hellbrand into hand and pose into powerful battle positions. You can't forget to pose your figures in powerful battle positions. And how would we know to do that if they didn't say it on the back? But this one just nothing, just no text at all. And it takes the fun out of it. Like, I like looking through these. I haven't read through them all, actually. And I'm going to sit down one day and just read all the backs of all the cards. And, I don't know, it's just fun to have that little bit of text just to remind you, bring you into the fantasy of it rather than just, plain pictures and that. And it's one of the things that made He-Man different back in the day. You had the mini-comics and the descriptions on the packaging and the original art for each character. And it just really helped to create this universe to play in rather than just being the straight plain packaging that a lot of other brands had. So I don't buy the international ones, and the problem with that is all the Australian stock pretty much that we get in the big chains like Target, Kmart, Big W, they're all the international ones. And I think they retail for $25 or $29, but you can usually get them for $19.95, and sometimes they're on special for like 18, 15, 16, 17, around that price. So between $15 and $20 you can get them if you're lucky. Usually $20. I'm paying $45 to $55 to $70 to $100, $150 for these characters on eBay, and it sucks. But I like my collection of the cards because I cut the bubbles off and I keep the cards and I have a box of them, and sometimes I just pull them out and look through the art on the back and just enjoy how many I have. It's like a big card collection, and I wouldn't enjoy that as much with the international ones. Now I have 2 Snake Man Infiltrators because someone sent me the wrong international version of the Snake Man Infiltrator, and because it's a character that you can army build, and I didn't have a Man-at-Arms, I thought, well, I'm just going to put the extra head from the Palace Guard on this Snake Man Infiltrator, which I actually like better because the Snake Man Infiltrator's green is darker than the plastic on the regular figure, and it looks more like the original Man-at-Arms. So I've got the original Man-at-Arms head on the darker Man-at-Arms figure, whereas the one with the mustache, the prop one that I still haven't bought, it's one of the 3 I haven't bought because I've got different versions of them. It's a lighter plastic as well, so it's another reason, it's another difference. So you have the one with the mustache and the lighter green, the one without the mustache and the darker green like the original. So the one that resembles more the original one, and the one that resembles the cartoon one. So I don't mind buying these for doubling up. Like if I could find some Horde Troopers for cheap in Australia, I would buy them and not care about it because I've got one with the American packaging. And same thing with Orko with the extra head for the uncle. If I found a cheap Orko locally, I'd buy that because why not? I can have him and the uncle, what's his name? But yeah, so I just want to talk about that for a minute. And I don't understand why people collect the local ones. I don't know. Do they not read the mini comics? I mean, the packaging, if you don't look at the packaging, you don't revisit the packaging, or you don't keep the packaging, I guess it doesn't matter. But the mini comics, what do they do? Just look at the art? I don't understand. They just look at the blank pages? I mean, I don't get it. So I don't understand why anyone would buy them. And the only good thing about that, though, was when they first came out, during the you-know-what, I couldn't go out to the store to get them. And I just felt like ordering on eBay was costing a lot of money. And I'm like, damn, if I could just go to the store and buy them. And I actually asked a few people if they could get some for me. But then when I was doing the research, I realised, there's an international version and a local version. Well, international version, local version, that's what we get. But an American version and international version. And I'm buying the American versions on eBay, which is really lucky because I'd been doing that just by accident. I didn't even know the difference. I just happened to be getting the right ones the whole time. Mostly because I was buying from people that actually had their own picture, and I would have noticed the difference in the packaging, which is what happened at first. I'm like, that packaging's different. Why is that? The text is different. And I realised they had two different versions for international and American. And it's just luck that out of the 150 plus figures I've ordered, only I think 4 have been they've accidentally sent me international versions. One I kept, like I said, because I needed 2, and the other 3 I sent back. And 2 of the people actually were able to give me the American version because they had it in stock. They just sort of had them mixed up, and now I've learnt to clarify, am I getting the one in the picture? Is it American or international? And they know me by now because I've done this a bunch of times, so that's fine. But the other one, they were just like, we're too big a company. We don't care about collectors. We don't. You should just take whatever we give you. Like, why should we care if you actually want a specific figure? Just, buy merchandise and be quiet. So I haven't shopped with them for a while. I sent it back, got my money back, but they wouldn't look to see. I don't think they probably had one anyway, but they weren't going to distinguish. I'm like, you're selling collectibles. You need to distinguish if there are variants between the figures. Like some people distinguish with the McFarlane figures. They have Chase figures, and the idea of putting a Chase figure in and having people buy stuff and not know what they're going to get, that's not exciting. That's not a thrill. Ooh, which one am I going to get? I want the one I fucking ordered. I ordered the purple Joker from like the 70s 80s comic, the one that was like the Superpowers figure, and I got the one in the black suit, and it looks amazing. The green hair and the black suit, it looks amazing. I'm going to keep it, but I still need the purple one. I would have bought the purple one and maybe bought the black one later on because it's not as much of a priority. I'll first get the Joker. When you've got all the other figures, then I'll worry about variants and extras and doubles. So I got like a variant first, and now I'm still chasing the original. And other sites, they'll just picture what they have, and they'll create a different listing for the stock. So they know they've got 2 chases and 10 or 20 other figures, so they'll put them separately so you can buy the one you want. Other sites, it's like, oh, well, it's all got the same SKU number or whatever, so they don't distinguish, so we can't. I'm like, you can't just look at the stock when you list it and say, oh, create like, put an A on the end of the SKU or something and be like, well, this is A, which is the originals, and B, which is the chase, so you know how many you have, so people can buy the one they want, because that's going to benefit you, because people will know what they're buying, and people who definitely want a particular character can just buy it and not be guessing if they're going to get it or not. So I don't really understand the whole chase thing. I know kind of the idea of if you want the chase item, it's special. The idea that you could get one when ordering a regular one, if you order more than one, is kind of exciting. But if you're just ordering the one you want and you don't get it, maybe like, oh yeah, I got the chase one, and then you order the regular one again and get the regular one. But I don't get the chase items, and I don't get the international versus American, and why you would buy the international one when, as far as I'm concerned, it's inferior, because for English speaking markets, it's got text missing, and the mini comics are just little art portfolios. But I'm still talking after 10 minutes, and I probably won't put this up anyway, because I feel like I'm like, if anyone watches this and hadn't sort of thought about this, maybe they'll start buying the international ones and I'll be competing against people. for buying stuff. So I never sort of talk about collecting things that might possibly affect, something like that. Because even if only a couple of local people watch my videos and realize something and do something different, then I'm competing with them. So I never talk about stuff like that. I made this video anyway. I probably won't put it up though, just because it was annoying me. I want to talk about it. But either way, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. If I put this up, you can do all that, and maybe actually ding the bell and actually look at the channel for other videos and other reviews, because YouTube will not be putting them up on your feed because they don't promote small channels like myself. Even though we are what built YouTube, they're not what we want anymore, what they want anymore. I'm going to go.